Welcome to my studio. As a disclaimer, I've got a little bit of a head cold. I've been working outside in cold temperatures and not taking care of myself real well. And so please excuse that. I wanted to come and make this little intro to my kiln room renovation, but also to tell you about some of the stuff I've been doing. I've done a lot of filming in the last month and a half, and I will be compiling those into 2 or 3 videos to put onto this channel very soon. We made a storage space that is wonderful. I did my first ever, well, no, a second, but it's been many years since I did the first trash can firing, and it was a total bust. This one was a learning experience and not a complete bust. So I learned a lot of things, and I will be doing it again soon, but I think the first video is just fun and crazy. I haven't edited it yet, but I have feelings that it is. We took a lot of footage of fire shooting out of the trash can and things like that. So that'll be coming up. Also coming up is going to be the main reason why I started this channel in the first place, and that is the art videos that I want to be able to post here. I have some I've been reviewing that I made back a lot of years ago, and I'll probably add some comments to it, but other than that, I'll just post them like they are, because I think they'll be a good addition to this site, even though they're older. You'll be able to tell they're a lot older, and they were done on my big computer instead of on a phone camera or a camera. Those things have developed a whole lot since the videos were made. Was just looking to see if there's anything else I wanted to cover in this. The filming of the renovation, the renovated kiln room, was done basically the end of November. We actually started it a year ago, last July, and I worked with it for a year with things kind of kooky in there. It needed the changes we made, and I'm loving the changes we made. So I hope you'll enjoy seeing my new space for firing. We finished it up starting in July, and then I got sick in August, and then I fell and hurt myself, and I was out of commission for about a month. So we got back busy on it in September, and we worked, and we got things pretty much done just recently. Little things. It's been usable for about a month, but we got some other little things done within the last month. So that's what we're doing here, and I hope that you will enjoy seeing what I have and what I've done. Here's my walkway to the kiln, and eventually this will be a lot more even than it is. Just came from that door right there over to this door right here. And my kiln room is an awesome space. Yeah, it's taller, it's bigger. There's room for my 3 working kilns in here. This one is a manual. It's run by a kiln sitter. You use cones in it, and works pretty good. There's my power supply, which right now is on, because yesterday I used this kiln, which is my electronic kiln, and I use it most of the time when I need the larger kiln. This is my small kiln. It's short, and will fire just a few things, and it is on rollers so that I can pull it across to here, and there's plenty of room for me to take it over and plug it in over there. It actually plugs into this plug right here. Yeah, right there. We've got to put in a plug for this kiln, and we only use 1 kiln at a time. It has to be that way, yeah. Here's my small kiln, and I can unhook that from it, and it's a fairly small space in there. Needs to have a few pieces put back in place in there. I need to get some kiln cement, and I put it in there. You can't hardly see it, but back in there, there is some of the stuff for mending it. And here are all of my stelts that go under the larger ones, and then these are the pyrometric cones for the large manual kiln and for the small kiln. They range from 018 all the way up to my highest one is a 6. Here's some more of the stuff you fix kilns with. Yeah, I have some kiln pins in one of those shelves that'll make it a little better. So, anyway, that is my new kiln setup. I got to bring a knife in so that I can take these things off. I'm going to put some fairing strips, some cedar fairing strips over those cracks. As you can see all the way through these cracks. That's because the wood has dried out immensely from when we first made the door a few years back. We made it out of pickets, but they were damp and they have dried out. And so I'm going to put some fairing strips because, caulk and things like that just don't work real good in the temperatures. So you have to just pretty much fit the wood in there together. I put a bungee thing on my doors so that it pulls them back short, and that's real handy. It'll keep them pretty much closed. Bungees will eventually give in to the heat. The knobs should not have any problem with the heat. The bungees may give in to the heat. I didn't have bungees out here, but the temperatures get pretty high in here. Not like inside the kilns, of course, but it still gets pretty warm in here. And so that's kind of hard on the rubber in the bungee. But yeah, there it is on the inside. And I'm quite proud of it. I've got the little glass box that let daylight in, and I've got a transom up here that lets daylight in, even though I'm north facing. It's really handy. And if I didn't make you sick at your stomach with all that movement, congratulations. I have shelf storage there, and that's still shelving, so it won't be affected by the heat. And I have shelf storage on the bottom of that, and I have shelf supports and more shelf supports and more shelf supports. And behind this I have pins that have metal uprights in them to hold things like they need to be. This is for making beads. Metal wires go between those two, and you can put the beads on, and or you can put the metal wires through this and let them stick out and put beads on them that way as well. Which I got a little heater that is wonderful. It's a little ceramic heater, and it works very well in here, and I've had it for quite a while, and it doesn't seem to be bothered by the heat of the kilns. Yep. I'm going to work this back where it belongs. Pick this up. My husband and I made and it's got a little shelf down here that I can keep various things, including a trash can on, keep them off the floor. And this hooks onto the handle of the lid and keeps it up off of the floor. I'm going to put this little kiln back in place. It rolls really, really easy. It's probably not more than 150, 160 pounds of heavy. Yeah. So, one last look and I'll back out of here. As I back out, you'll be able to get... Oh, one other little thing is that when I need to have the doors open, these will slide right off of there and the door will just slide open. Same way with this side over here. The bungee can be just taken off and let be off of it, and the doors are open to the kiln room. For bringing in carts and one thing and another like that, that's going to be real nice. This floor is going to be evened out, and there'll still be room for water to flow, but it's going to be evened out so that I can run cart from my back door over there to my kiln room is my plan. So yeah, those are my new duds that I've worked on and off since August. We start actually late July. Yeah, late July we started working on this. I want to eventually put a light thin set on the inside walls, but I don't have to. I just think it'd look nicer, but I don't know. I may end up liking the block look. So there we are. A couple slight changes are the hanging racks for me to hang pieces that are waiting to fire. I've got some shelves sitting up there on that rack, and the reason is because the straps weren't weighted down by the shelf that much, so to keep that straight until it gets used to that, I put those on there. On this side over here is the other one, and so far what I've done is I've used this one for greenware, and I've used this one for glazeware. And I can bring the stuff out here when it's ready and hang it up, sit it on these hanging shelves. And yeah, it's really nice. Another thing I learned is that the cooker that I melt my plastic in sits really nicely on that. I have to get a shelf made. I want to make a cart for bringing stuff out anyway, but what I need to do is make a shelf that will be about the height of this shelf right here, and we'll plug into that for my little oven for melting the plastic. I really have liked having that in here. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I thought about just doing a fold-up unit and attaching it somehow to that, but yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to just make a fold-up stand that will let me put that on it, or else I'll make a cart for bringing in the ceramic pieces to the kiln room. Yep. So right now, as far as I know, the kiln room is done. There aren't any pieces out here to be fired right now, but that's because we finished everything up pretty much before Christmas. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. I'm going to back out of here and then turn off the light, turn off this video. It's cold outside, so I won't linger. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll visit me again. You know the protocol. Subscribing helps me. Comments help me to understand what I've done good and what I need to do better. And also, they help me to understand interest and all that kind of thing. So I hope you come visit me again in my studio. Good day.